Hi, leaders. Welcome to the Filipino Leadership Podcast. My name is JPaul Hernandez, and I am your host for this show. And this show was called the JPaul Hernandez Podcast before, but now it's Filipino Leadership Podcast because it's all about leadership. And as we relaunch the show, we'll focus on self leadership in the next few episodes because you can't lead others well if you can't lead your personal life. Sadly, the last episode for this podcast was in 2021. What was happening during that time? I was failing a business, failing in ministry, getting problems at home, my folks, my parents, my sibling, and my children, and I was just really struggling. And I was distracted doing other things, just trying to make ends meet. And as I reflect, sometimes the enemy of great is good because I was doing well on other things, but I wasn't necessarily aligned with my dreams in life. Just to you connect it, it's like I fell for the wrong girl and I was in a relationship with the wrong person, but leadership is my one true love. Leadership is the person I want to marry. Knox. It's like my wife. It's choosing my wife is like choosing leadership. So I'm glad to be back and I hope to help you in this show. And today's episode, as we start again, the episode is Your Story is Not Yet Over. And this was an episode that I just thought, hey, something that is important because I've been out for a while on talking about leadership. I've been just doing talks and corporate projects to make ends meet. But really, helping Filipinos become global leaders, that's my true love. That is my passion. That's what I want to do. And we're going to do this because I want to empower every Filipino globally to help them become the best leader that they can become. So, my message today is your story is not yet over. And I have 3 points to share with you. And can you share this podcast? Share this to others. Share this to someone who needs to believe in himself or herself, somebody who wants to give up, somebody who has lost hope, somebody who's trying again, and somebody who wants to believe in themselves. So 3 points. Number 1, start dreaming new dreams. I want you to embrace this idea that you can dream again. Say it with me. I can dream again. Maybe your gut, your stomach is like churning. But just have hope that you can dream again. But why are you afraid to dream again? Maybe you're telling me, JPaul, I'm afraid to dream again. For a time, I was also terrified to think about dreaming of a better future because I was focused on surviving 1 month at a time. While cowering under the weight of my fear, I failed to realize that years were slipping away and I was forfeiting valuable opportunities. My dear friends, my dear leaders, don't let the fear steal hope for a better life. Don't let the devil steal your joy. Maybe you're struggling right now. Maybe you don't believe in yourself. But hey, guess what? Just start that glimmer of hope by dreaming again and something is gonna happen. My dear leaders, it's time to dream again. Find hope because your story is not yet over. The best is yet to come. Number 2, find a reason to follow your dreams. In the last few years, I have achieved many of my dreams. I became a best-selling author. I went around the world, a few countries, not all over the world, but a few countries in Asia and the Middle East to give talks. And I've experienced many, small successes, many wins, but I have also experienced many failures, closing our logistics company, closing this ministry, closing this project, losing money, losing friends, and they have broken my heart. And I was afraid. I didn't have a reason to dream again. In Filipino, bakit? ka gumigising sa umaga. That quote, that didn't make sense to me anymore. Again, I was surviving for many years. But as humans, we are not meant to survive. We are meant to thrive. Let me repeat. We are not meant to survive. We are meant to thrive. THRIVE. If I only think about providing for my family, I am set on achieving a certain monthly income, like let's say 30K, 50K, 100K. And I'll be okay with that. But if I find a reason to dream again, for example, this main reason of making Filipinos become global leaders, then I can find passion to wake up every day with fire to help somebody. Because I'm not just working for myself, I'm working to help other people, give them better lives, give them hope of a brighter future. So with that, now that I have found a reason to dream again, not just to make ends meet, but to help Filipinos become global leaders, oh man, it is exciting. Another emotional reason is I want to be the best man that I can be, the best leader I can be, so that I can give a good example to my children. I can tell my children, this is what I went through, and you can go through this again. And I want to be a good example to the people I love. I want to inspire my son and my daughter that dreams come true. And most especially, I want to provide for my beautiful wife, Viv. I love her, and I want to provide for her. Number 3, trust God with your story. Sometimes we want to rely on ourselves. There's a lie on self-reliance. We want to just believe in ourselves, but we don't trust in God's power anymore. There's a Bible verse that I love, and I want to share it with you. Psalm 139, verse 13 to 14 says, "You made all the delicate inner parts of my body and knit me together in my mother's womb. Thank you for making me so wonderfully complex. Your workmanship is marvelous. How well I know it." I remember a few years ago, during one of my first successful corporate trainings, and I was nervous. I felt like I was a failure. But the boss came up to me and said, "You did well. I like how you do things. I'm so happy. My staff are happy." And it felt good. And that moment reminded me that even if I was a terrible student when I was younger, I was not a failure. It didn't mean that I wasn't good enough. I didn't excel in grade school or high school. In reality, I was just a late bloomer because I haven't found what I was good at. And now as I look back, now as I look to myself, I realize my strengths are helping people, communication. That's why I'm a speaker, I'm a coach, I'm a preacher, I'm a leader. So I want to help people take care of other people. Because in school, they teach you math, science, and they're all good. It's just I'm terrible at those things. So if you're a failure like me or you're not good in school, maybe you just haven't found your passion yet. You haven't found your main thing yet. And I thank God for all the opportunities and blessings He gave me. My life is a blessing. Dear leader, when your mother was pregnant, God already put so much potential and talent into you. You are capable of great things. You just have to start believing in yourself. Why? Because God believes in you. Wherever you are in your life, I want you to know that your story is not yet over. Repeat after me wherever you are. My story is not yet over. Allow God to help you write the next chapter. Maybe you're done with the first 3 chapters of your life. Maybe there's 8 more to go. God is not yet done, and you are not yet done. Wherever you are in your life, I repeat, I want you to know that your story is not yet over. God has a plan for you. Let Him help you write your story. So, To repeat, number 1, start dreaming again. Number 2, find a reason to follow your dreams. And number 3, trust God with your story. My dear leader, your story is not yet over. It is still being written. I'm excited for you. You are called to be a great leader. Filipinos are capable of becoming great leaders in this world. I believe in you. The best is yet to come. And thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to this podcast. You can support the Filipino Leadership Podcast financially by sending any cash donation to my GoTyme bank account or my PayPal. This will help me create more content to help leaders all over the world become Filipino global leaders. You can also invite me to give a talk in your company. Check my profile at my website, www.JPaulHernandez.com or www.JPaulHernandez.com, or check the description of the show for more details. See you next week, and I'm so happy to be here. Please follow, subscribe, give a rating, comment, and this will really help the algorithm. Thank you so much, and God bless you.